Welcome to your Daily Focus, April the 18th, 2022. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, sharing my videos, leaving the comments. And if you haven't yet, hit the bell, because when you hit the bell, you'll be notified immediately when I put up a video. And I'm looking towards putting all kinds of things up, just not the Daily Focus. So hit the bell and then you won't miss anything. Okay, we have the 18 energy today. The 18 energy is about our emotion, about our inner child, about our happiness, our freedoms, and what we describe personally as happiness, joy, freedom. What we like to do, our hobbies, our interests. And it's about creating that balance within so that we are content, so we do feel happiness and joy and a lot less stress is what I hear, a lot less stress. So look inwardly, absolutely, today on your happiness, on your goals, on your dreams, on your desires. Now, 1 + 8 is a 9, so it is more about endings and clearing the path so that you can make room for the new things that are coming towards you in your life. If we do the daily numerology, it is a 19. And that's the sun. That's the I am. And 1 + 9 is a 10. So that is just a beautiful energy telling us that we are moving towards a new season, a new energy, a new chapter of our lives. And 1 + 0 is a 1. So the I am. It's about adventures and opportunities and trailblazing and being the pioneer and being first and really looking at you. So it's a bit of both worlds today. When we have the 18 and the 19 together, the 18 is the inner, the 19 is the outer. And so we will get a much broader viewpoint of what we want to do and where we want to go. The things that we want to step into and the things that we want to remove from our life as well. Sun is in Aries. Moon is, I believe, in Scorpio for today. I think until like bedtime or even after bedtime for some of us, it'll move into Sagittarius. But for the day, we have that beautiful Scorpio energy. So we want to research, we want to dig for the truth, we're going to be talking about the things that we want to uncover, getting to the truth, getting to the essence of a subject perhaps, or a knowledge. We don't like superficiality at all. Did I say that word right? I don't know if I did. I proved I'm human again. Superficial is not something we want. We want something strong. We want something truthful. We want it to be attached to integrity and loyalty. I can't say any words today. And the Scorpio energy is also kind of like a primal energy. So our emotions are strengthened under the Scorpio moon. A couple of things are happening. Mercury, I think, is sitting right on top of Uranus, so interactions are definitely more stimulating today. We'll even get excited about some of the things that we're hearing or some of the things we're talking about, and it could be very unusual things. It could be things that we don't normally talk about or we don't have much knowledge about and we're learning about for the first time ever. Unexpected news could come in, chance encounters can happen under this kind of energy, and those kinds of things can lead to exciting new opportunities. We have Venus and Uranus talking in the sky, and they're getting along marvelously. So you can look towards fun and excitement. And even if you're shy and you're a little bit pulled back, today is a day then where we have that lack of inhibition. We will try things that normally we'd say no to. especially if there's more people saying, come on, it'll be fun. We're more apt to kind of jump in there and take a little bit more of a risk and experience some new things in our life. And then I believe we have the sun squaring Pluto, which isn't as great. This is where we see where we have control, especially if somebody else is trying to take over that control, or somebody wants that control, or we're being asked to give it up in some way. And we're going to be kind of felt like we're being backed into a corner. And it's at this point in time where we either need to stand up and say, no, it's mine. I take control of this. This is mine, and I need it in my life, and I'm going to fight to keep it in my life. Or you need to let things go. You need to introduce change. You need to introduce some new decisions in your life. Oh my goodness, all the cards just flew everywhere. Okay, there we go. They're all back together. Oh my gosh, another couple fell out. Hey, I saw the yes card. The Ten of Pentacles came out, so maybe we're going to have a fantastic reading here. If it's anything like the sky is, it should be a pretty harmonious day. I'm cutting these cards now because they want to talk to us. So, bottom card is, look at that, the Ace of Wands. It's really about understanding what brings balance into my life. So that 18 energy comes alive under this kind of energy. Where do I want balance in my life? Where do I want to feel safer, more security, or more love in my life? Where do I want freedom? Where do I want independence? Where do I want liberation? How do I go towards a goal, a dream, a desire that I hold close to my heart? We could be coming up with some new ways of doing some things and getting rid of some old ways of doing some things. Maybe we're speaking it, maybe we're doing it, maybe it's part of our environment, but definitely we are trying to bring in a balance today. Okay, first card, look at this, Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is very much about relationships. And are they in balance? Is it a win-win situation? Is it a give and take kind of energy? Or do we tend to take a little bit too much out of that relationship? Or do we give too much to that relationship? Do we need to pull it back? Do we need to have a talk, a conversation? Do we need to put forth some action, either taking a step closer to them or a step away? And sixes, now that could be love, absolutely, relationships. It could also be something within our daily routines. Maybe we run into this person on a daily basis, and they're a part of our world for whatever reason. So look at those kinds of relationships in our life, in your life. And understand if you're giving more than they're giving, or they're giving more than you're giving, because we want healthy relationships. So it's all about growing those healthy relationships. And this might be where we have some control issues. They want to meet on Tuesdays. I don't want to meet on Tuesdays. They want to go to the ball game. I don't want to go to the ball game. They want to go to the movies. I don't want to go to the movies. Or it could be vice versa. You're always constantly asking for them to join you, and they're kind of like, no, I don't have the time. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing the other thing. Or maybe it's somebody who the only time they show up is when they need help, or maybe a financial support, or energy, or time. Maybe they want your time. Maybe they want your energy in some way. And it's really looking at those things in our life and really understanding, is this something that I want to grow deeper in my life, or do I need to put a halt to some things in my life? And the control thing, remember, Pluto and the sun are squared. And I think that happens twice a year, actually. So we'll be probably seeing this again in the fall, this energy. So this energy comes in and says, hey, time to look at our relationships. It could be our routines too, health and well-being. That's all under a 6 energy. But I'm thinking it leads more towards the balance of today, our relationships, and where we have control within the relationship, where we don't have control in the relationship, where we want to gain more control, where we want to give up control. The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords says, yeah, we got some bruises. We've definitely been through a war or two. There's been chaos. There's been hectic times. There's been challenges, lessons to be learned. Things didn't work out the way we wanted them to. Now, I like the way this artist, I'm always scared of switching decks because this card, it can look like a crime scene. I had somebody, I think it was in Patreon, said it, maybe here. It looks like a crime scene, like there should be little yellow cones with numbers all over the place here, because my cards just look like there's this pool of blood. It's, ugh. Here, I believe the swords are more behind our back. Here, I think that the knowledge that we gained walking through those harder times in our life gave us strength, gave us courage, gave us a belief in ourselves, gave us knowledge and wisdom. And if we look very closely at this card, the sun is cracking through those clouds. So pretty soon we're going to feel that energy of the sun, the I am, I've got this, I can do this, I'm going forward. We're going to push ourselves up, we're going to brush ourselves off. And this might be a day where we decide some things in our life that will allow us to unburden something in our lives. Let go of something. So it could very well be something you have control over. So when you're looking at things that you have control over today, you really want to analyze it. Well, you know, there's some things I want no control over. Taking out the garbage, doing the dishes, sweeping the house through, dusting. None of those things inspire me ever. Let me go play in the gardens and pull some weeds and stuff like that. I'm all for it. Got my hand up first. But so I like to give up the control of those things. But there's times when I look around and I go, I need to gain control of these things. I don't want the control, but I have to. And so that might be something where you may need to make a decision of the controls that you must start to take over in order for your world to feel that sense of peace of mind or balance. It might be something where you don't need the control. Somebody else can do that. You might get it in the next stage or the next part of it. Maybe you gather all the garbage together, they carry it to the curb, or vice versa. You don't have to gather the garbage and take it out to the curb. Give up some of that control. You don't need to do it. But maybe you do. So it's very individual energy to us and our inner emotion. Back to the 18 again, right? And we have the Queen of Wands. Oh, she's the judge and jury. Very beautiful for Scorpio energy, I might add. Because she does not make a decision until she's got all the answers. So she will ask the questions, she will research, she will get the information. And once she does, she never has to look in the rearview mirror and say, did I make the right decision? She had all of her information. Once the decision is made, it's right, it's true, and it's time to go forward. And she gets very excited when she's going forward because she knows she's done her legwork on understanding everything that she was walking into to make that decision. So she doesn't look back. She's excited because she's going forward finally after all that time asking questions and research. She's going forward. So we are going forward. If we've researched something, if we've looked at something, I know we're in full moon energy. That's not usually a time when we start things, but maybe we are looking at, you know what? This is my goal. This is what I'm going to start doing. So now what stands in my way? And we're going to start clearing the clutter and clearing the path and making space for the new beginning, the new start that we are inviting into our lives. Okay. We'll get a mantra card. So, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands, no major arcana there, so it's a very free will kind of day. We don't have to look at our relationships. We don't have to look at what we have control over. You have that option. But in order to really use that energy today, you want to do those things. You want to put it on the priority list. 5 minutes of meditation on where you want to be in a month, a year, 10 years. 5 minutes of contemplation on the things that you have control over in your life. And are they necessary? Should they be yours? Things that you don't have control over. Do you need control? Looking at our relationships. Is it a two-way street? Do we want it to be a two-way street? Do we want that relationship in our life? Do we need to stand back from it? Do we need to step forward towards it? Do we need to make a stronger commitment? Surrender to the moment. Go with the flow. Let things happen. That's very much Venus and Uranus talking. Going with the flow. You know, everybody's saying, come on, it'll be fun. We're going to have a riot. And you're like, I've never done that before. Don't worry. We're going to help you. We're going to teach you. You're not going to regret this. You're going to have a great time. And we do. We break out of our shells a little bit. We have a lack of inhibition and we want to try something new, try something different, go with the flow, see what happens. Very much a strong energy for us today. And go with the flow. Go. I'm missing go with the flow. It goes good fortune. And then it goes gratitude. Oh, or it goes go with the flow the moment before. Gee, I'm not with it. I'm too much in the spiritual realm and not enough into the human part of it all, aren't I? The magic of the universe shows what you desire and wants to deliver the best outcome for you. So let go, step aside, and accept help from others when offered. Sometimes people become used to resistance and struggle. Everyone accepts this as a part of how life is supposed to be. When you relax, when you go with the flow, and you let go of the situation, giving up control, you will see how amazing the results can be. It will be more favorable than you anticipated. The mantra is, I accept help from others. I accept help from others. Oh. That's weird how they had that. It's all alphabetical, so good fortune should have been before go with the flow, but... I'm just going to go with the flow on that one. We'll get an animal card here. So it looks like we're going to have a beautiful day, but it also has some work detail for us. And the work is mainly, I think, more inward than outward. But you don't want to make it all inward, because it's one of those days when you want to get out with people. You're going to hear something. You're going to gain knowledge. You're going to gain understanding. You're going to gain wisdom. And maybe you're going to have the experience of a lifetime. That could be as well. I got goosebumps. So somebody out there, you'll have to let me know what it was. Got goosebumps immediately when I said that. Maybe more than a few of us will have an opportunity of a lifetime. And a good one. Okay, our animal today is, look at this, deep rest though with the little mouse. Deep rest. So even though it might be a busy day where we want to get involved with a lot of things, we still need to take time out for ourselves. We have to remember that. Especially when the little mouse jumps up because he says, lazy, sleep, rest, and meditate. Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass under the tree on a summer day, listening to the murmur of water or watching the clouds float across the sky is by no means a waste of time. Mouse says it's time for you to make some time for laziness. You don't have to constantly be on the go. After all, that is how you become run down. Spend a little time each day or week doing something you enjoy. And that could be a little bit of the Mercury, right? Mercury and Uranus coming together. Because we're going to want to do that mental work or that creative work. And we'll probably be awesome at it. And we'll forget very easily, or we'll run out of day before we remember to take some time unless we schedule it in today. So make sure that you're planning for 5 minutes of just solitude. I heard a speaker the other day. He was talking about how we are so fearful of being alone with ourselves in a room and our thoughts in complete solitude. Leave the phone on the outside. Make it sure there's no TV or any kind of distraction, and sit with your thoughts. And he did a whole huge podcast on the fear we have of actually sitting there for 5 minutes and just allowing our thoughts. And even in meditation, it's not about stopping your thoughts. It's about paying attention to what is showing up in your thoughts. And then not analyzing it, not tearing it to pieces, not editing it, just allowing it. Thank you for showing up and showing me that. And off it goes. And then we go back to our breathing. And then we'll have another thought. And you'll start to understand certain thoughts keep coming up and coming up and coming up. And really, it's been doing that the whole time. You just haven't been quiet enough to listen. That's why we have so many thoughts at night that keep us awake. Because we're finally quiet enough to listen to our thoughts. And then we just want to go to sleep, right? We still don't want to listen to our thoughts. So when's the last time you've actually sat for 5 complete minutes and listened to your thoughts? Or 10 minutes? Or an hour? And Mouse is saying it's probably very vitally important that you give yourself the time today. I mean, you can't make a decision about controls in certain area of your life or the lack of control, or about how your relationships are, if you don't sit in quiet meditation or contemplation for a few minutes, at least, right? So, Mouse says it's time for you to make time for laziness. You don't have to be on the go all the time. After all, that is how you become run down. Spend a little time each day or week doing something you enjoy that is completely frivolous and fun. It could be an afternoon laying in the hammock, reading a book, watching your favorite old movie, playing with the kids. This is not a time to begin anything new, and it's really not. We are under full moon energy. It's a time of restoring your spirit. Sometimes rest doesn't necessarily have to be sleeping, just quieting your mind. Take some time grounding yourself by taking a yoga class, gardening, fishing, spending time in nature. Spend a few minutes each day meditating and just being in the moment. You don't physically have to be at your happy place to go to your happy place. It can simply be within your mind. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. And I've said it over and over again. You know, some of my meditation places have been in my life for 10, 15, 20 years. And I have slowly created them. I mean, I've got some of those incredible outdoor spaces and different rooms that I have created in my mind. And each time you go and you create this and you add a little bit to it, it's a little easier to get back each time. So you don't have to walk down the path and open the door and down the staircase and relax your toes. And, you know, you can pretty well just take a couple deep breaths and be in that place if you practice it. And meditation doesn't have to be a goal to quit smoking or fall asleep easily or get rid of stress or depressions or habits or anxieties. It can just be allowing thoughts to come. It can just be taking yourself to a happy place and relaxing within, you know, I've got this one, oh my gosh, it's the big windows, okay? And it's a part of the corner of one of my rooms. And then there's this beautiful white furniture. There's this big, huge couch that sits against the one window, and then there's another couch overlooking, and a couple chairs, a little coffee table in between. And I chose white because in real life, I can't have white anything. It's not going to last very long in my life. So in my imaginary little room, I have this beautiful white, and I have these chiffon curtains, and the windows are open a crack, and out of the one window you can see it. It's the shoreline of the ocean is there. I'm so inland it's scary, but in my room I've got the ocean, and the waves come up and they crash against it, and you see the mist rising, and I can just sit there and just watch the waves come in, and it relaxes me and it relieves me of stress, and I can be in that room, well, as easily as I said it. Couple of deep breaths and I can be right in that room. But it's taken me 10 or 15 years to develop that room. I've got a fireplace over there. I've got a sunken floor with a guy who plays the piano. Sometimes he's playing the flute. It all depends if I have music in the background. I've got a beautiful spot where my altar is. I also have a room off to the side, and it's all beautiful white pillows. And the angels come, and when I need healing in my life, whether it's a heart, my heart, and it's been hurt in some way, or my feelings have been hurt, or if it's a physical ailment, I ask for my angels to come. I could go on and on. I won't. And by the fireplace, I got two beautiful chairs there, one for me to sit in. Of course, yes, they are white. I put all the furniture as white, and you can do whatever you want. My altar, though, has this beautiful cracked kind of pink marble. Uh, it's all pink marble, and then it's got these black kind of cracks and squiggly lines through it. It's just gorgeous. Anyways, I won't continue, but you kind of get the idea. And you can do that for a field. I also have another one where there's this big, huge mountain, and then there's this hill kind of, and there's this waterfall that comes down, and it fills up the water right there where I sit on the hill, and there's some beautiful trees there. It's an apple tree, and I've got this swing set there. I also have a hammock there, and I have a chair there depending on what I feel like. And then there's the water, and there's a beautiful stream that goes down, and it's a pathway that leads out into this pasture, and it's covered on both sides. It's flanked. One side is the mountainside, the other one is pure forest. The animals come out while I'm walking down. It leads to a gazebo in one area. The path forks for me. I can go to my gazebo. My spirit guide is usually there. I could talk to them at that point. So grow. You don't, that's all you have to do is grow it. And you will, when you go there, you can instantly recharge yourself, rejuvenate yourself, let go of stresses, and allow answers to come in, clarity to come in, knowledge to come in. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.